Hey guys, so this is going to be your intermediate to advanced tumble video. It's going to be a little different because I don't have a student to demonstrate, so I'm going to talk you guys through this. However, when you're doing these skills, if you have questions, you guys pretty much all have my phone number, or your parents do, so just reach out to me and I'm going to help you through them, okay? And I will move and I will do whatever I can this morning in this video to help you guys understand what I mean. So, first thing is first is stretching. If you haven't stretched before you watch this video, please hit pause and do so. All right, so now that you're back and you're fully stretched, we're gonna start with our forearm activations. So your arms are gonna come out in front in a flex position, and we do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the side. These are really important to create that jazz hand picture each time because we use our forearms constantly in tumbling, and that's the one thing we really don't warm up. So it's really important that, again, we're protecting all those muscles and we're getting all those muscles ready to use. To the front, again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Flip it over. These are the hardest ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. So now that your forearms are activated, we're gonna stand up and you're gonna do your 8-count back bend. So we do this every single week in my class. So if I am your tumble teacher, then you know what I mean. But if you're using a mat or carpet or whatever that is right now, you're gonna stand on one side of the room or the space. You're gonna take your arms up and you're gonna go into your back bend, counting in 8 counts. The biggest thing is that your arms are leaving you back and not your head. So the way to ensure that we never hit our head is that our arms are going in front of us, okay? So work on that. We're really working on that strength, that you're not getting to count 4 and dropping into the back bend, okay? So you're gonna go 8 counts down for me. So arms up, back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're gonna hold, 2, 3, lift that right leg up, 2, 3, 4, put it down, lift that left leg up, 1, 2, 3, 4, place. Now we're gonna come back up out of that back bend in 8 counts and lift, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're gonna stretch over to touch your toes. So if we're standing or if you're sitting, whatever you wanna do, you're gonna stretch over to a pike position, stretching out that back. So if we just bent the back this way, now we wanna stretch it this way, okay? We wanna always be counteracting the muscles that we're using in tumbling. So now we're gonna do it one more time. When you go down this time, you're gonna try to walk your hands closer to your feet. So in your back bend position, you're gonna walk your hands in and try to grab your ankles, which is gonna create almost like a C shape or a full circle of your body, all right? Arms up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now try to walk those hands in if you can. And back out and come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come down. Yes, so you can now come down and take a breather, and then we're gonna push into our bridges, okay? So as we go into our bridge, you're gonna press up, you're gonna take that right foot in the sky. So we're thinking about lengthening that leg as much as we can. If you don't have this leg straight yet, then I want you to solely focus on that. If you do and you have your kick over, your main focus is taking that straight leg and making it into a perfect split in the air, lengthening both legs as you kick over. And if you're in the middle ground, you have a folding mat, this would be a great time to fold it up and stack it, so then you can put your feet up on the mat as you press into your back bend. That just gives you a little bit more momentum and assistance to get that leg over, okay? So you can rearrange your room to make that happen. Remember, at any time, just hit pause on this video to do your exercises. That'll be the easiest way to get the best training. So yes, so let's go into that bridge. Press up in that bridge and hold that right leg up. Now you're gonna try to keep that leg at that 90-degree height, pressing through that opposite foot that's stable on the ground. pressing over into that split. So try that, press, split, and down. So now we should be landing on our feet, okay? If you're still in a back bend position, you're lengthening that knee. And if you're trying to kick over, we're using that assistance to make that happen. Okay, I want you to do 4 on the right side. Yes, so go ahead and do these 4s as I am talking to you guys. I really want you to think about your positioning of your arms and your feet when you're doing these walkovers. Also, when you stand up from the walkover, we're standing up tall and lifted. We're not gonna slouch over. We're gonna use those core muscles to get us up really quickly, okay? So you probably have about 1 left. And now we're gonna move to the other leg. So this may be the left leg. If you guys started on the other leg, then it's your right. Whichever leg you didn't just do, you're now gonna go into your bridge and push that leg up. Same thing, we're gonna do 4. So again, take your time, get over for me. Yes, arms up and come down. 2, really work those hips, work those leg muscles, and think all the way to those toes. Yes. So think about fire coming out of that leg and both those legs to create that split. Do that walkover over. And last one. Good job. All right, so now we're gonna move on to handstands. So handstands, you can find a wall in your house or a door to use for this. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk yourself up the wall. So you can put your hands down by the base of the wall and then walk your feet straight up, walking your hands closer to the wall. So we're looking for this shape of your body. If you have a mat, you can slide the mat against the baseboard so it's not so much on your wrist. I'm holding that pressure. So I want you first to just work on holding that that handstand for 8 counts, and then you can come down and give it a rest. Then once we've done those handstands and you feel comfortable, you're gonna walk up that wall and we're gonna go into push-ups. So as a handstand, we're pushing up here. You're creating a 90-degree angle with those arms every time. So up in that handstand, yes, and push up. 1 and 2 in your handstand, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. All right, great. Now you can come down. You can stretch it out, stretch those arms out, roll those wrists, whatever you would like to do. Now go back to the wall. Now you're gonna do shoulder shrugs. So now you're keeping your arms straight and you're pulling your shoulders up to you as you're in that handstand position, okay? So press up, walk up that wall, and we're gonna shrug. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, and come down. Great. Now we're going to move to handstand walks across the floor. So for these, again, just find the space. You can do them over and over if you need to come down and back up. So you're starting standing up with your arms lengthened, your right leg or your left leg, whichever leg you're gonna push off, in front of you, and you're gonna press into that handstand. We're looking to create that straight line, that needle position, and that handstand. So we wanna be able to hold it for 4 counts, and we wanna be able to walk with that handstand. When you're walking with that handstand, it's super important that those feet are squeezing together. So think that there's a magnetic force on both of those legs, and they're gonna be pulled together when you're doing this handstand. So go ahead and go into your handstand position. Work on holding that handstand for a little bit. And then you're gonna move across the floor or your space doing handstand walks, okay? So up, really squeeze those legs together. Yes, we do these every week in class. And come down. Make sure we're not arching our back too much in that handstand. Okay, keep practicing, yes. And now what are our feet doing? They're not gonna cross in that handstand at all or pull together. We want them to be pointed toes. All right, keep working. And come down, great job. So now, when you're doing handstands, the next thing you can do is move into a limber if you don't have your front walkover yet. And what that means is you're gonna go into that handstand and then you're gonna fall over, controlled, into a back bend. Yes, so that would be your next step. Again, make sure you're using carpet, a mat, whatever it is for this. Again, if we're not ready for this skill, then you're gonna do them separately. You're gonna work on your handstand and you're gonna work on your bridge, okay? We're not gonna put them back until we have a spot and we're back in the studio. Alrighty, so you can do that a few times if you would like. Now we're gonna move on to walkovers. So again, we already talked about how to bridge and to kick over that mat. So if you need to do that during this time, feel free to do that. Everybody else, if you've mastered it, we want to work on straight legs and fluidity. So what that means is that every time I'm going to do that walkover from standing, I'm creating a nice long picture. My knees are not bending in the air and lengthening those legs and creating a gorgeous line. That's what we're working towards. And our feet are what? Pointed, yes. So point your feet, lengthen your arms, use those muscles. Another key thing with handstand or with walkovers and everything else we're going to talk about following is your hips. Your hips have to be facing the correct direction in order to get up out of that walkover. If not, what happens is you guys twist, you fall out, you go to your knee, all of that fun stuff happens. So we want to start with your hips facing one side. You go over, your hips face the sky, face the sky, then they face that ending wall. Okay, so that's what we want to be working on. Alrighty, so from here, we're going to do just some walkovers across the floor or kickovers if you're working on those. So let's go ahead and let's say do 4 of them, okay? Yes, after you do your 4, then you're gonna wanna do it on the left side. So again, if you need to go back 5 steps and start back with a mat and trying to kick over, do that. If you need to go back to a handstand to a front limber, do that, yes? So we're doing walkovers or back walkovers and front walkovers right now. So do whatever speed is best for you guys. As long as we're growing and improving, it doesn't matter what level we're at, okay? Alrighty, so again, you can always pause me if you need more time working on a certain skill. So now you're gonna find your mat or your carpet, whatever you're using right now, and we're gonna go into some chin stands. So chin stands, when we're here, we're gonna start up on our knees, hands are gonna go back. Yeah, we're gonna round our back arching. As we come to, we're not gonna catch ourselves, our hands are gonna pull back. And at that point, our chest and our hips are going to the ground. We're on our chin and we're bending our back, okay? We're gonna work with getting those legs straight and with those legs getting bent. So either way, yes, you wanna be doing 4 of each. So you can start with bent legs or straight legs. Bent legs, we're trying to touch our head, yes. So they should be over, touching your head. And straight legs, we're going straight up. Again, the same thing as a handstand. Think about that magnetic pull with your feet still pointed, okay? So do those at your own pace. Really, really, really lengthen. If you're doing those chin stands and you have that, see how long you can hold it while you're doing those as well. Really challenge yourself. Alrighty, so make sure you've done your straight legs and your bent knees. And once you have completed those, I'm gonna keep talking and then you can join me. Elbow stands. So we can do these straight and bent, and then also last week in class, we played with the idea of when I'm on my elbows, being able to grab my feet from that bent position, almost as they're coming over my ears, being able to hold them. The way to do that is I have to keep my head up, my back flattened, and my hips and my legs are being bent over me, okay? If we pull our head back, our feet can't get to our hands, okay? So really keep that head up. Think about a little tabletop position with the top of your shoulders and your head during that time. So go ahead and do those elbow stands. Again, we're always working on holding for 4 counts. So your elbows are on the ground, push off, hold with bent knees, and come down. Second time, push off, hold with bent knees, and come down. Third, press off, hold with bent knees, and come down. Fourth, press off, hold with bent knees, and come down. Yes, shake it off. Now we're gonna do it with straight legs. So hands down and press up, straight legs, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come down. And up, straight legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come down. Up, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come down. Next, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come down. Great. So now we're gonna try to grab our feet with this, yes? So this may be silly or fun, but it's a good challenge for you guys. So we're gonna go into the elbow stand, get position, and let's work. All right, just give it your best shot, trying to walk those feet closer to those hands, having nice control as you're coming over your body. Yes, try a couple more times. All right, yes, so that's something that you guys can be working on as well. So now we're gonna go into our teddy bear balances. Our goal is to hold these for 30 seconds. So if you have an Apple Watch or a phone or a clock, whatever you can do to time yourself, I think that would be awesome, okay? So you know your teddy bear balances. So the first one is gonna be the teddy bear. So that means that you're in your headstand and you're pulling your knees towards your chest, creating a teddy bear picture, okay? So you hold that one for 30 seconds. Then you're gonna do straddle, which is your headstand with your legs out to the side, lifting them up from that handstand position using that core to get your legs up. You're gonna hold that for 30 seconds and then you're going to go into pike. So your legs are straight out behind you and you're lifting those legs straight up in pike for 30 seconds. So you now know your 3 teddy bear balances. Go ahead and hit pause. You should be gone for at least a minute and a half, yes, and work on these and then come back and join us. All right, so welcome back. Hopefully you did your balances, you figured out your headstands, and you really worked on straightening your legs and pointing your toes. So now we're going to lay flat on your mat, whatever you're on right now. And you're gonna think about reaching forward with one hand, and we're gonna grab this foot and pull it overhead. So we've been working on this a lot in my class, so you guys know what I'm talking about, yes? So pull with one foot over, then you can switch your hands to pull that leg up, all right? If anyone is unsure of what to do, I can get a photo sent to you guys, but I do think you're all familiar enough with it to be able to practice at home. Make sure when you're doing this that your hips are pressing towards the ground and your foot that's being pulled over your head is pointed, okay? And that other leg that's laying flat on the ground is remaining straight. So you can try that a few times and you can try it on both legs as well. Alrighty, so from here we're gonna move into our back handspring drills. So back handspring drills, you are going to go to Superman position. All right, so